All right, so I watched my live video. I think I got a little bit too excited about some of this bullshit. Look, everybody's entitled to their opinion on politics, who they support, who they don't support. To each their own. You know what? We're all Americans, and the last time I saw us as Americans was when Obama came to the podium and said, "We got him." When they took out Osama bin Laden. The time before that was after 9/11. And I can't say that I wasn't proud to be American either of those times, even with Obama as a president who I didn't like. But I'm going to tell you something. I am a staunch conservative. I think more along the lines of a libertarian. But Obama wasn't all that bad. He might be a bad person. He might not be. I really don't care. It's over with. He's got no say-so. Biden's gone. Who cares? Who? Let it go. I'm going to let it go. Everybody else needs to let it go. But as Americans, we should be looking out for America first. We should be looking out for our resources. We should be looking out for our tax dollars. We should be holding the government accountable for waste and fraud. Pardon me, I dropped my glasses. We should hold our corporations accountable. We should hold Wall Street accountable. We've gotten so consumed by the lies we've been fed our whole lives of chase the American dream, buy a house, buy land. There's your equity. There's your asset. We've all been lied to. We've been lied to by public education. We've been lied to by elected officials. We've been lied to by the media. We've been lied to our whole lives. I'm only 52 years old, and it sucks to come to the realization that we're just pawns in a chess game where we're trying to play checkers. And if you're trying to play chess and you don't have the resources of wealth, you're still playing checkers. That being said, I need to really get serious about some things. I love the energy industry. I've loved it since I was a little kid. Don't ask why. I don't know why. It's always fascinated me. The fact that we can drill a hole, we can go down, go like this, go this way, go that way, has always amazed me to recover hydrocarbons. But what's always blown my mind is how somebody can sit in an office and say, hey, we can do better. I've watched engineers take a gas well making 1 million cubic feet a day of natural gas and turn it into 20 to 30 MCF a day because they got greedy. My biggest argument with engineers, I respect you guys. Look, you went to college, you got a degree. I chose not to. I chose to go work and learn the hard way. And not saying college wasn't easy or hard, but I'm just saying you guys are reading books, listening to professors that most of them never step foot out in the real world or in the field. But how did the oil field come into being? Were there petroleum engineers before the oil field? Were there petrophysicists before the oil fields? I don't think so. And the more educated people have gotten, the more fucked up things have gotten. I'm a black and white person. There's no gray area. You can dance in the gray area, but guess what? I had a buddy of mine that was in an industry in its early infancy stages, and he knew what he was doing was not illegal, and he also knew what he was doing was not legal. But he said, if I can dance in the gray and make $1 million, I'm going to make $1 million. I don't operate that way. There is drill a hole, get oil, get gas. If you're going to drill a hole and get oil and get gas, you want to get the most amount of oil and gas out of that well. But I'm watching these companies, whether it be an independent or whether it be a major or major independent drill wells, use shit, let's just say shit. Yeah, it's Fireball. I don't drink that shit. That's why it's sitting here. I'm going to give it to my dad. They use things that are advertised to be the next best thing in the world. And they're not. But because of company relationships, friendships, all these things, you guys will go out and spend $40, $50, $100,000 on a chemical that might work this much. When you could spend a chemical that's going to work this much for the same amount of money. But you will not give us, the little guys like me, the chance to prove it. I can walk into your office with empirical data that proves it does what it does, and you're going to go, well, you don't have Baker Hughes, you don't have Champion X, you don't have Flowtech, you don't have Nissan Chemical. Well, you know how some of those companies got so big? By screwing you. They sell you a bill of goods that is not half of what they say it is. I'm a little guy. And yes, I've done good in my past, but that's my past. The one thing I've learned in my life the last 15 years of sucking hind tit is it doesn't matter how good you were, what you did for these guys, how much money you made, none of y'all care. Most of y'all were in diapers back when I was doing that stuff. But I truly want to help you. I want to help you engineers that have not been in the field, have not been educated properly to understand key mechanisms in recovery. And I feel like an asshole sitting here saying this, but wettability and interfacial tension is a thing. You have to change the wettability of the rock or shale or limestone or sandstone or chalk to recover more hydrocarbons. You guys are using a ball peen hammer right now, even if it's called a nanosurfactant. You're using a ball peen hammer to try to punch a hole through a piece of paper or a sponge. It's not going to happen. You have to use true nanochemistry to penetrate the matrix. You're fracking a formation. You're creating a diamond. This is what you're doing. And yeah, you're getting a pretty good area inside this diamond, but you're not getting the fingers, the micro fissures. You're not getting that. This is a nanochemistry, a true nanochemistry will penetrate those micro fissures, reduce capillary pressure, change the wettability to a water wet state, increase your recovery. Number one, decrease capillary phase trapping. Number two, water wets your formation. Number three, lower interfacial tension. Those are the key three ingredients to how you recover more oil. You know, it's not the shocker, the three ingredients. Not the shocker. I got some humor in me. But the point is, I'm just trying to help you guys. I see you spending money on halfway decent performing chemistry. But for the same spend, you could actually spend money on chemistry that is going to actually accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And at the very least, let's say we don't get 30 or 40% increase out of it. Let's say we get 15. That's still better because the data that we have over 15 years is when you run this chemistry, this stuff right here doesn't foam, non-organic. When you run that, you're going to see, especially on a frac, about 120 to 180 day consistent recovery. You're not going to get that with surfactants. Again, because you're using a hammer on a sponge when you should be using a needle point. Kind of like the shocker. 2 in the pink, 1 in the sink. This is 2 in the pink, 1 in the sink. Works that way. I know I'm not politically correct. I'm not the guy you take home to mom sometimes. Mom's gonna love me, but she might not like me. And I really don't give a shit. I just want to help you. And so when I talk about water, I'm passionate about water. This chemistry, again, was originally developed for treating water wells. And you know what I've been told by water well drillers? We don't want it. It works too good. We're in the water well drilling business, not the water well repair business. And so I saw the potential and I grabbed it and I took it to the oil field, because if it'll work on water wells, why won't it work on oil well? It's the same thing, same concept. You have to lower interfacial tension, you have to increase permeability, and you have to alter the conductivity of the formation. That chemistry does it. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. Because I'm not going to tell you. It's proprietary. Some things just know how to react in a formation. And this is one of those things. God rest the PhD chemist's soul that brought this to me. But I believe in what this is doing. How can I take tap water and treat it and still drop the minerals out to heavy water? That's heavy water. That's not scale. That's not precipitation. Filter that, you get out of the way, and you've got pure water right here. That's what we do with produced water. That's why I believe that all these chemicals, all this hydrogen peroxide, all these polymers, all the choline chlorides, chlorine dioxides that they're using to reuse the water for fracs is bullshit. There's another way. I've got a silver bullet in my arsenal now where I could take my chemistry, the silver bullet, literally silver bullet, and apply it with a filtration system. Some of you may not have heard of it. It's Apotec. A friend of mine works for them. I believe we could take your produced water and almost get it back to drinking water quality. The biggest problem we have with produced water is we can clean it, we can get all the trash out of it, you can reuse it, and you're going to have a residual of the same chemistry that we use in fracs in that water. So that's going to alter your wettability. It's going to provide some other ancillary benefits. It's going to increase your production. You're going to get positive results from it that you're not getting from your standard chemistry. You want to drop iron? Right here. You want clay stabilization? Right here. You want biofouling problems, bacteria, MIC? Right here. Couple that with the silver bullet, we can do all of that. But I believe with that chemistry, the Apotec system and the silver bullet, we could possibly, if somebody can come up with something to knock the chlorides out, I can reduce it, but I can't get them to discharge quality. I believe we can turn West Texas into an oasis. Look at Phoenix. I've got family that lives in Arizona. I've got a cousin that lives in Arizona. Phoenix is a beautiful place. It's the middle of the desert. It's Scottsdale, Mesa, Glendale, all these places with all these golf courses that some of you guys go and play golf on somebody else's dime. Maybe your own sometimes, but mostly somebody else's dime. Probably your vendor that's selling you the chemicals. We could do that with West Texas. Why wouldn't we do that? Where's the objection from the oil companies and the executives that are out there in the shithole to find a way to turn that water into something that can actually make the environment better? I'm not a bleeding heart environmentalist. I'm not a tree hugger. I love my trees. I love my clean water. And I love to fish. I also like to hunt. Not so much as I used to, But the bottom line is, if we're going to make money off natural resources, we're going to protect one of the most precious resources that we have, which is water. Why would we not take trash water and clean it? Why are we injecting it? Why are we having zombie wells? Why are we having earthquakes? Why won't any of us, government, local, state, federal, and the executives in the oil companies, why are we not doing better? Why are we okay with drilling a shale well that costs $10 million to average 10 or 15% recovery of oil in place? You know, I use an example of a potential revenue increase. If we took this chemistry that I've developed and we applied it on 280 something wells that Diamondback drilled and completed in the first 3 quarters of 2024, and we got an average production increase of 25% across all wells, total chemical spend for this particular chemistry and the fracs and the completion would have been about $50 million. That's $50 million. But the potential of 25% recovery increase on all of those 280 wells could have been $5 billion to Diamondback. I'm not singling out Diamondback. I'm not picking on you guys, but your information was available. We were able to use that data, quantify it versus lab and actual field results, not made up field results, actual field results, correlate that data to the lab results and get our averages, plus the fracs that we've already done in the past, whether it be the Eagle Ford, San Andreas, or out in the Permian, besides the San Andreas formation. Those numbers are legitimate. Like I like to tell a potential customer, oh, you might see 25 or 30%. In an oil well, our average increase in production is 200 to 250%. And that's before the silver bullet. The silver bullet is saying we should get another 50 to 100% more on top of that. The average gas well increase when we treat this stuff is 750%. That's the average. So we've had more and we've had less. I like to underpromise and overdeliver. Some people have asked, well, why are you now, after 30 years, buying your own oil and gas wells? Because I want to capitalize on return. I can run this for a whole lot cheaper than you can. And if that can make you $10,000, it can make me 20. So why would I not leave something for my daughter? Yeah, I'm old. I could be a grandpa, but I've got an 8-year-old now. Everything I do is for her. I want to leave the world better than I found it. If we're going to punch a hole in the ground and get oil out of it, let's get every last drop that we can economically get out of it. If we're going to punch a hole and get some gas, let's get every bit, every cubic foot of gas that we can get before we water it up or destroy it playing games. So, yeah, I'm trying to sell you something, but in the long run, I'm trying to sell you on the truth and the possibility and the return on investment. That's what I'm trying to sell you on. It makes me money, makes you money, we're all happy. So you can say I don't know what I'm talking about. You can say I don't have a college degree. You can say I'm fly by night. But after 30 years, I don't think I'm fly by night. I just want to help you guys. Quit putting your head in the sand. Open your mind. And if you don't understand it, say you don't understand. Let me help you understand what I'm trying to do. So if you're not happy with who you have, if you're questioning the program that you have, whether it be production chemicals, SWDs, frac chemicals, let me know. I'm here to help you. And if you want to improve performance, make more money, I'm also here to help you. I will provide a consulting service for you, but I will also offer you chemicals that will actually do the job you want to do, whether it comes from me or not. That's who I am. No bullshit, no games, black and white, not going to lie to you. You don't like it, you say I don't like it. But sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes I got to eat crow. But I'm going to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, you're going to be happy with who I am and what I've done for you. Peace. Out.